Thank you for joining me today on my sewing journey. I am working on jar lids. These are great for your homemade gifts that might have come from the kitchen, or if you wanted to give someone a jar of buttons or a jar of lace or a jar of thread. And this would be the perfect little topper for it. And you can do these many different ways. The limit is your imagination. Now I'm just going to give you the basic on how to do the starting of it, and then after that, like I just said, your imagination is your limit. What you're going to do is you're going to take your lid. Now if you don't have this style, the mason jar style lid, you can use one of these kinds of lids for a basic little jar that you're going to be using it for. Now what you do is you're going to make a paper template so that you know how much fabric to cut out to cover your jar lid. And then you'll put that on first. If you're going to decorate it on the style of like taking these little, they have these in the craft stores, these lovely little cute things, and putting them on there. Because you wouldn't have to do your design first, you could just do that as afterwards, after you're done. This is just a piece of a checker and a little peg. But you can do just about anything with lace, ribbons, cord, see-through nylon, a nice pretty big rose on the top of it. Just about anything. This one, I haven't fastened the ribbon rose on it, but that's what it'll have on there. So if you're doing that style versus the cross-stitch one or an embroidered one, you can start by putting your fabric on, because these would probably be glued on afterwards. And that goes for the scrapbooking too. You could put a nice little scrapbook piece on there. That would look cute on a button jar. Then next you will sew your trim that you want around the edge. Again, like I said, the ribbon, you could layer your ribbons, or you could just use them plain, or you can make a ruffle like this one has. And then you sew that on, and then I sewed lace over the edge of the ruffle. And then I attached it to my lid by popping on the lid first, a piece of cotton ball pulled out, so you get the puffiness. Now if you don't want that puffiness, you don't have to, because on this one, I did not do the puffiness. That's just plain lid with piece of fabric over it and some crochet around the edge, crochet lace. You could put a little star on there, that'd be pretty cute. On these other ones, you would want to make your paper template and make sure you put that on your cross stitch so that you know the size that you want, so your design is not so far off that it wouldn't work. Now let's say you have the rim but you don't have the lid part. You could take a piece of plastic from any food thing that you had and cut it to the lid size on the inside and use that for your lid and do your decorations on that. It would come out with the same effect and it would work just as well. I hope you like the idea. With Christmas and the holidays coming up, you could really decorate these quite nicely with ribbons and cords on the sides of them instead of the lace. And thank you for joining me today. Thank you for viewing, thank you for subscribing, and happy sewing.